пиздец, какая разница огромнейшая, блядь, между этим микрофоном и тем другим, нахуй, пиздец. Даже с такой длинной дистанции улавливает мельчайшие какие-то, нахуй, вибрации. Даже просто вот он отсюда уже слышит, а тот и хрипит, и нихуя, блядь, не ловит, и в пизду, нахуй, вообще, блядь.
Да, это супер. Единственное, что хорошее, мне вот этот поп-фильтр больше нихуя.
Да, поверх него вот он заебись. И вот это тоже спереди.
Когда возьму себе уже заберу фильтр,
Да, я должен вообще заказать себе специализированный для этого микрофон, у него есть. Я смогу с ним даже на улице ходить, снимать даже по ветру и будет плохо.
Я видел такой?
На eBay. Ну, не было в наличии, когда я смотрел, уже его, блядь, все разобрали нахуй. К сожалению. Так,
Это уровень Tense, да?
да.
На 100 минут?
По-моему, да.
Ебать, он стоит 4,5 наверняка.
А может быть меньше.
4,7. Да, где там походу 100?
Да, 100.
Пиздец. Развернул, а?
Да.
Простите, подсох в архиве, Онегин байтит Ленского насквозь, и все заканчивается «вы». Онегин уходит в путь, но возвращается через время и вдруг понимает,
Ёб твою мать. Ой-ой-ой-ой. Пизду вас, долбоёбы.
There must be a decent fight around here somewhere.
Ой. Ёбаный в рот. Чё, бля?
I must rest for a bit. That'll do for now.
Oh. The fuck?
Won't be long.
Шо она съебалась куда-то? Блядь, гандон ебучий. Пидорас ебаный, блядь. Ой. Пиздюшон. Шо ты, сука, там ходишь, пидорас ебаный, блядь, какая конченая залупа, ебаный в рот, как мне тоже, сука, так. С первых минут нахуй же кумарит эта игра ебаная. Пидор ебаный, хули ты там в этой ебучей, блядь, сука. Все, нахуй, ебаный пидорас, блядь.
Practice makes perfect.
Ой, пидорас, я, блядь, всю свою, сука, жизнь, нахуй, поставлю, что тебя выебать в рот, нахуй, гандон ебаный, сука.
Dodge this! Feels good.
I feel good. I feel good. Ду-ду-ду-ду-ду. Yes.
Better and better.
Бла-ла-ла-ла-ла. Соси.
Dodge this! Top marks.
Ой, и что, блядь?
I'm not feeling well.
Ну иди нахуй. О, кишет ебучий нахуй, это лесник у нас, блядь, в натуре, жанглер, блядь. Шо ты, пидорша, побегай еще нахуй. Вверх, вниз, вверх, вниз. Залупа ебучая. Хуесоска.
Dodge this! Better and better. Let's do another.
Нихуя себе. Пидор, что, блядь? Сука ебаная нахуй, я тебе покажу еще.
Dodge this! In a fire burning bright.
Что за хуйня-то была сейчас? Раз.
Well done, everyone. Dodge this! Much improved.
На тебе, сука.
I'll be back directly.
О-тю-тю-тю-тю. Мразота, шо? Мразота.
I'll return in a moment.
Давай, 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 давай.
In a fire ready.
An enemy tower is under attack.
Соси.
Round and round we go. Dodge this! Feels good.
Ебать. Сейчас сдавайтесь, лохи ебучие.
In a fire burning
Шо ж ты, лось, ходишь туда-сюда, блядь?
won't be long.
An enemy tower is under attack.
Долбоёбка! Смотрите, иди нахуй, мне похуй на тебя, блядь. Шо тот лох, шо этот лох.
Practice makes perfect.
An enemy tower is under attack.
Dodge this! I'll be back directly.
An enemy tower.
6-0-2-0-5-0. Пиздец.
Top marks.
Гандошка чуть не выебал тебя, ха-ха. Ебать. Какой у него счет, ебать, 10-0.
Better and better.
Еб. — 17 минут.
They shall sing of this day.
Вот за эту ложку? Ну смотри, она съедена. Тут не суть. Ну, для коллекционера она никакой ценности. 56 грамм, она вообще ничего не весит. Она хотя бы 100 грамм. 6. Ну, 200. Не, мне она, собственно, не нужна. И так, цепочку сделать, еще там. А вы сколько за нее? 6? Еще больше запрашивать? Нет, я буду спрашивать там. Как относитесь? Вот, несовершенство социальное.
Есть кубик.
Если человек приходит к вам на студию и хочет сделать рэп.
Какой?
Он хочет рэпчик записать.
А у него 5000.
У него 5000. Что он сможет на эти 5000 записать и сделать в вашей студии?
Премиальная студия у нас тут рассчитана как раз. Молодых, талантливых, 1000 рублей в час.
1000 рублей в час. Без сидения, мастеринг. Если нет бита, еще и биточек. Он делает этому гусю со скидочкой. Ну, не гусю, а клиенту, да, нашему потенциальному клиенту.
Ты сказал, больше звонить не будешь, а?
Я позвонил, что я больше не буду.
Вот и не звони больше.
Я не
Доел уже.
приду.
Машенька.
Тебе, Володя, большой привет передавал.
Спасибо, спасибо. Я в Машу окачка жарю. Пошли домой.
Я не пойду.
What? Are you crazy?
Baby, calm down, calm down. Yo, this your body.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oi, hey. Oi. Yeah? You're forgetting something there? What? You never said thank you. What do you mean? Everyone else said thank you. Didn't they? Come on. Why didn't you say thank you? Why would I say thank you? Because I drive the bus, don't I? That's what you're supposed to do. You're a bus driver. What?
Какое место в вашей жизни занимают компьютерные игры?
О, ну, по крайней мере, точно не 10-е. 3-е, 4-е в моей.
А на первом месте что?
На первом? Да, пока что ничего. Телевизор в основном.
Телевизор. А у тебя?
It's go time.
Я просто не могу понять, ты не каких? Саша, не помню тебя? Ты чего? Я к вам заходил.
Have heard of people who identify as non-binary, using the pronoun they or their instead of he or she. But what about this? Having a baby instead of a baby. It's a new term that some parents are using to show that they're bringing up their offspring gender neutral. A very interesting situation. Just tell us a little bit about Sparrow. Are you able to even say how Sparrow was, what gender Sparrow was born, or is that something you avoid talking about altogether?
Not loving it.
You know, the whole point of gender is that
Сука ебаная, нахуй.
as far as what their anatomy is, we do choose to keep that private, you know, to a short list of caregivers.
Now, this was not the situation, was it, with Hazel, your first child?
Давай, я такой пидор ебаный. Хули ты стоял, блядь, все это время? Ебучий пидор.
Well, I did assign binary pronouns.
Опять, ебаный первый. Сука.
Right, just so I get my head around all, it's obviously very complicated. Not to you, but it's complicated to me. So let me try and just lay this out. Explain your domestic setup. You're married, is that right?
Yes, I'm in a multi-adult family. There's 3 of us that are raising 2 children, an 8-year-old and
And how would you describe yourself? You were born...
Блядь, ну ты ёбаный в рот. Что, мать, ты хочешь, мать, ты пидорас, мой, иди нахуй, мать, ну сколько ёбаного рот нахуй. Сука.
Or partner? Is it a wife? How would you describe your other half?
all of the adults in my household identify as transgender or non-binary.
Right, and you're only married to one, or you're married to both?
I'm legally married to one.
Right.
In a relationship with another.
So the one you're legally married to, what is their name?
Bren.
Bren. And Bren identifies as...
She, her.
And remains identifying as a woman?
Yeah, she's a woman.
Okay, and who's the third member of the...
my partner, Luna, who uses data.
And Luna is male or female? Or...
Non-binary.
Non-binary. Okay, so you're not married to Jim?
No.
Okay, and you have 2 children in the house?
Yes.
Okay, and just to clarify again, Sparrow, we don't know whether Sparrow was born male or female. You have said Sparrow is now non-binary?
No, Sparrow is, I would say, anti-gender, which is a term, that means before gender. Like, all children, at this age are developmentally not able to really understand gender yet. It's just something that they don't have the understanding for. So it's not that the child is non-binary, it's that the child just doesn't have any gender yet. Like, obviously they do have anatomy.
Right, so what anatomy does Sparrow have?
Well, I mean, that's something that we don't usually discuss unless it's necessary with maybe a medical professional or, a caregiver.
Right, so...
I mean, I just wonder if I can intervene here, because I think there's a lot of people find this very confusing. Because people think that if you are born with biological you're either male or female, therefore you have that gender identity. You're a man or a woman. But can you explain why you think that isn't helpful? That the anatomy that you are born with biologically shouldn't dictate your identity? Because I think that's the sort of bigger point that your situation is trying to get to, isn't it? That when you're born with certain genitals, society decides how you should act. And as far as I'm trying to understand it, that is what you're railing against. Am I right?
Yes, it's a great question and a great clarification. What it is that, yes, commonly people born with one type of anatomy will...
Ой, иди нахуй, мать, такой хуйней.
But that totally negates the fact that there are legitimately thousands of people all over the world for whom that is not the case.
So what I would say, I mean, just in from that point of view, you're not necessarily dictated to by society. I mean, if you have a little girl and, she's biologically a girl, she can decide and still be a she. This is, I mean, I'm putting this to you. No, I know. So let's talk about a different girl or another child.
We don't know if Sparrow is she or he.
No, that is true. So I'm talking about a little girl whose parents do call her a she. She doesn't necessarily need to, for instance, play with dolls, do cooking lessons, and wear pink.
Gender expression is totally different from gender identity. Someone can identify as a boy and, like any color, any toy, sports, dance, pink, blue, whatever. And same with identifying as a girl or non-binary. People's interests or hobbies or preferences don't dictate what their gender is.
When did Hazel
having a preference?
Yeah, when did Hazel decide that she was a...
Se scoperă una paralinica, o selecție unică de produse cosmetice, parfum
cosmetice și de îngrijire din toate colțurile lumii, cadouri și oferte săptămânale, make-up, crățime de...
Practice, practice, practice.
Hazel decided that they were non-binary when they were about 4. They had been exploring gender before that, you know, trying on different pronouns, experimenting with different names. But they picked their pronouns and chose the name Hazel when they
See, Ari, with the greatest of
the
respect,
Twin Blast Show is
I have a 7-year-old daughter, right? When she was 4 years old, our main decision of the day was whether to watch Peppa Pig or Frozen. She had not a clue what about gender identity or non-binary or any of this stuff. And I put it to you that this wasn't Hazel's idea.
That's good.
You decided that Hazel had gender issues that she needed to address, and you persuaded your daughter that she was no longer to be a girl.
I personally don't agree with that assertion, but I can see how that could be construed. I think that every family environment is unique, and say a child becomes a concert pianist very young, age 6, they're playing Beethoven. Well, maybe is it because their father is a pianist and they had a piano in the home and they explored music earlier. Hazel has a unique education because living in an LGBT family, they have met people of different genders and been safe to explore their own gender, which has led them to a personal discovery.
Ari,
no, of course not.
It's just utterly exhausting trying to keep up with all this. I mean, a lot of it, you know, I've got no problem with you leading any life you like. Honestly, I haven't. You're a fully grown adult. You can call yourself they and non-binary, whatever it is. I have total respect for your right. My issue is what happens with the kids in your and whether actually it's all being driven by the adults in the home and not these children. I mean, Sparrow, we don't even know if Little Sparrow is a girl or boy, and you say we now have to call Sparrow they. And Hazel, what is Hazel called Sparrow?
Their baby sibling.
Their baby, so she literally says, "Good morning, baby sibling."
The Twin Blast Show is starting.
Usually by name, like "Good morning, Sparrow," but when someone asks, you know, who is that, you say, "My baby sibling."
Does Hazel call Sparrow they?
Yeah.
They. So she says, "They, can I play?"
And when talking to them, you know, when talking to them, they would say you, like, would you like to share a cookie with me, Sparrow? And Sparrow would...
Пидорша ебаная, нахуй, сука ебучая. Иди нахуй, блядь, с этой игрой, этой ебаной, блядь. Сука ты ебучая, блядь. Иди нахуй, блядь.
Yeah, you would say, so Hazel might say, I'll ask them if they want to share.
Here's why I don't get it, because they and them are plural words. I really struggle with that. I don't understand why it's not like this word. You take a plural word, like them or they, to describe a singular entity. It doesn't make any... I'm a grammatical purist. I don't really understand from a grammatical point of view why you would call people by plural.
You know what we're doing? Someone should.
They actually has a history of being used as a singular pronoun as well as a plural pronoun. Back, you know, hundreds of years ago, 14th century, 1700s, you know, people used they singularly as well. But yeah, in common usage, they does have a plural connotation. We are just working within the limited framework of the pronouns available to us in English. There are people who use invented pronouns, but those sometimes can be difficult for people to navigate.
I wonder whether when it's complicated for an adult like me to get my head round, I'm doing my absolute
Давай, идем. Пошел нахуй, пидораска ебаная, блядь.
When it comes to because, you know, if you've got a child of 4 who's growing up, it must be difficult for them to try and express that to other adults who don't understand. And when other adults say something, you know, how does a small child explain that? They're at
Tower is under attack.
That's a great question. Hazel is very verbose and very well spoken, and they enjoy advocating for the visibility of their family, and they enjoy engaging their peers and adults in conversation. Obviously, I've never forced them into a spotlight, and I've told them, that they can always choose to disengage when they don't want to over-explain themselves. But to them, it's pretty simple to say, "Oh, we don't know Sparrow's gender yet. They're going to tell us when they're older. Right now, we use they/them pronouns."
What happens
if
Sparrow decides? How old is Sparrow? She's 4 now, right? Or
Sparrow is 1 year old.
Sparrow. I'm sorry. Hazel is 4, and Sparrow is 1.
Hazel is 8.
Okay.
Hazel has been non-binary for 4 years.
Hazel changed her gender at 4, but it's now 8. Sparrow is 1. Yeah. What happens if Hazel decides tomorrow she would now like to be a girl or a boy? I don't.
Well, then I would support that. Hazel, is totally allowed to continue to explore their gender and have evolved. A gender isn't always a static thing for some people. Being non-binary and using they/them is what they want right now.
Okay, so Sparrow, when she gets to say 3, or 2, if her first words are, "I want to be non-binary," or "I want to be a boy," or "I want to be a girl," would you just respect anything that a 2-year-old child would say? You accepted a 4-year-old's insistence on changing gender. Would you accept a 2-year-old?
Oh.
Was exploring. I think that at that age, gender...
Давай, ну хули ты там стоишь, бля, иди нахуй, Месси.
The idea that you as a parent would even consider the idea that a 2-year-old child has any ability to form any serious frankly, put it to you respectfully, is utterly ridiculous. It actually damages the
Well, then, if a 2-year-old child, as you say, genuinely has no ability to conceptualize gender, isn't it toxic and bizarre that at 2 we are telling someone you are a boy because of your anatomy? If that 2-year-old genuinely can't conceptualize what a boy is, isn't it make more sense that if a 2-year-old genuinely has no ability to process what a gender is, as you said, that I don't, tell them what their gender is, and I don't emphasize gender conflict.
What are we doing?
I let them be what they are, which is a tough.
Say you have a structure. What could be more of a structure than actually saying to your child, "This is your name, and if when you get to be an adult, you want to change your name, then you become your own adult, your own responsibility, you take your own decisions." Part of being a parent is until a child reaches adult age, actually the parent takes these decisions. What are you doing as a parent?
I guess
as a parent, you're saying,
I feel like we're expressing as a child, which is that someone has to be a legal adult to have the capacity to know themselves. And I think a child can explore identity.
Alright, I've heard you that.
Да ебаный в рот, сука, что ты, блядь.
I'm struggling with this new world of isms, right? What is childism?
You're against children making their own decisions.
I believe that, childism is the normalization of the mistreatment of children just because they're young. Assuming that they have opinions and ideas, that they obviously they can make that into structure, but mistreating them or treating them like property or denying their identity and all that.
So giving a child a gender because of its anatomy, assuming that they're boy or girl, or giving them a name, all that would be childism from your point of view.
Not giving them, but forcing them to use them regardless of what the child wants.
A 2-year-old child decides, I'm no longer a boy or girl, I'm no longer going to be called Bob, I want to be called Doris, whatever it may be. A 3-year-old child decides to do that, and I object, say no, your name is Bob, not Doris, you're a boy or a girl at 3, then I am a 4-year-old child.
It's only blood. No big deal.
Potentially, yeah.
That's taste? I need a bottle and a nap. All right. Do you know what we're doing? Someone should.
Why do you think Piers is so offensive?
Well, I think the way that Piers talks about trans people, specifically non-binary people, is that you mock them, you make fun of them, you use them as entertainment, you use the lives of real people in this country, a vulnerable minority, as something to make fun of and get reaction. I don't think that's
Practice.
Well, when you claim that you're a two-spirit painter...
Yeah, you know why I did that?
Go on.
Because you and I had this debate about the 100 genders. I made the point that you can now identify 100 different ways you gender, give you two-spirit person, and all this other stuff. Then I'm entitled to identify as two-spirit penguin. In other words, there are no limits. And what's interesting is, you want me to respect all those 100 genders, how racist some of them are, but you have zero respect for my right to identify myself in any way I see fit. So in other words, it's one rule for you. You say everyone's entitled to say they can be whatever they want. But the moment I decide that I want to be a two-spirit penguin, you go absolutely nuts and want to control how I self-identify.
That's not how it works.
That is the point I'm making. That is not transphobic. That is exposing a flaw.
It isn't, because being a penguin isn't a gender. That's not on the gender spectrum.
No, but
it doesn't matter how
taking it to
no, because it doesn't matter how many times you pretend to be penguin or that's still not a gender that people can identify with. But what we know is that there will be people watching this program this evening who might be vulnerable, who might be unsure, that are trans, that are non-binary. When I was growing up, I watched GMTV religiously, and I was gay and unsure about my sexuality. And I fear that if that had been mocked constantly on breakfast telly,
there are a few people, okay, but on that point, there are a few people who have been louder and prouder about promoting gay rights on television than I have relentlessly on this program. Zero credit for people like you.
It's not hating gay people, it's a great achievement.
Nobody has been louder and prouder promoting trans rights.
Ёбаный ты.
Baloney. It's actually baloney. What I think should be happening is this whole gender debate, to me, has got completely out of control. And the reason I feel so incensed, I'm not thinking about this 100 gender thing. Imagine being through transitioning, which is an extraordinarily difficult, emotional, psychological, and physical process, lasting a long period of time. And then when you finally get to transition to be a woman, right? Having wanted to be that your whole life, then you get told actually it's meaningless because there are now 100 ways to identify gender.
Yeah, I think Piers is a beacon of light, and most trans people, and I'm actually going to use the word transitioners here, because transgender now has become something completely different. Transgender now is about floating about in the middle, no commitment, you pick and choose who you want to be. And with the greatest respect, I don't need any gay people coming in to represent me, because I'm trans. It's not the same as being gay. And if you're saying that, you know, this is making a mockery of gender, well, what's your view on drag? I find drag drag is gay. No, but drag is gay men dressing up as women in a flamboyant way, and mannerisms.
Drag is a beautiful art.
India,
do you not accept? It is. That's a ridiculous comment. Do you not accept, though, that you identify as a trans woman?
No, I no longer. You know what? I no longer identify as trans. It's so embarrassing. What my views and what you champion.
India.
I'm ashamed of it.
There are bigoted people.
I don't accept for 100
There are bigoted people in this country
Absolutely not.
who don't recognise your identity. Why is it okay when you recognise that that is unacceptable and bigoted for you to turn to non-binary people and say you don't recognise their identity? Isn't that a race to the bottom? It's actually umbrella.
You don't even believe in gender. So how can you make a mockery of the whole? The whole.
I totally agree. By the way,
I'm a gender expert.
I've heard lots of videos. You're not compassionate, are you?
It's hardline.
That I had in the last few days. There is an aspect of, I'm afraid, your lobby, which is highly. It wants everybody that they don't agree with to be fired, cancelled, destroyed, and everything else. And I say, what is wrong with debate? You and I came on and we debated it on here, right? Yeah. I actually learned a bit. And perhaps you didn't, maybe you did. Your response to a good demand like that, fire. Because we only want people sitting here that you agree with. And I say that most people, I say this with respect to you, most people think the concept of 100 genders is utter nonsense. And if it takes me to say, on television, get away from this ridiculous control freakery stuff that no one's allowed to challenge me. To me, I'm going to go.
They better
and you're
watch
not going
out
to
now.
stop me, and you're not going to get me fired.
And what exactly is your expertise on gender? Have you got any gender issues?
I'm a cisgendered male, and I feel happy to be comfortable in that.
You're basically
cisgendered means I was born as a man, and I was born as a man, and I identify.
You're a male. You're a man.
But the
Just
truth
a man, you don't need cis.
When you think you're under attack, imagine being someone who has been criticised by their friends, by their family, by their school, by parts of the media, from the day they were born,
I
just
would
for
much
being
rather
who they
live
are.
There's a school where I grew up. There are now 85 kids identifying as gender fluid, non-binary. It is nonsense. It's a bad cause. It's confusing everybody. You've got kids watching this program now. Hearing you say there are 100 ways to identify your gender. Not male or female. There are 100 ways to... You could be a 100 ways to... And do you know what? Do you know what? I'm really confused.
Do you know what would be better? Because actually, I'm not intensely keen on this cancel culture. What would be better? I did, because you don't think you want to learn. But what would be better? Everyone can learn.
I don't want to know how you want to get. You want to find because you want to think how you think. And I talk about liberals today no platform, hard, and it is utter nonsense. Have you ever been good? Thank you. You ever but not on gender. Not on gender. The reason I identified as being very angry was actually not.
Бля, ну хули ты, пидораска, съебалась нахуй.
And most people who have transitioned are peers.
So when I get called transphobic, I'm not transphobic. And I resent you. I'm somebody who's challenging. That is dangerous and
Benjamin, can I just... I think that 100 gender thing has thrown everybody. Surely...
I will not be long.
Surely, some people... I totally understand people who have an issue with gender stereotyping. But 100 ways to do
Do you know what we're doing? Male or female. And these are the terms we have for them to identify.
Okay, but 100?
Well, I mean, those are the different terms that people have accepted to describe different ones. How many can you name? Well, we're not going to go into that because you don't need to be a world gender expert. You just need to be compassionate peers.
No.
And the
Your idea of compassion are two different things.
Yeah.
I've seen the compassion shown to me in the last week. It's zero. It's abuse, right? And what you actually want, you want people to identify anything they want, right to the point that someone like me goes, okay, in that case, I want to be a two-spirit mate. Then you go, no, because that's not a gender. That's not it is, and I'm going to respect the fact and allow them to do that. You want everyone to be whatever they want to be. You thought people like me to say this and say this. There's nothing harder than having to
not to be yourself.
What are you talking about? Be yourself. You're not trans. You're not transgender.
You should
I'm here.
You
have a real transgender person here. What I'm telling you is,
I was about to say,
his is
I can
right,
get
and
enraged.
that my life is
Nobody
more
panic.
miserable
I'm here.
because of what you're
What are we
saying.
doing?
I'm an actual trans
I can
person.
get enraged about all sorts of things. I wake up in the morning simmering, right? I read about vegan sausage rolls. I want to go nuts. I read
Piers
about
will have an argument in an
cricket
empty
balls
room,
now being made
remember.
of vegan. I do, right? However, what I don't do is I don't tell people who don't agree with me you have to be fired, cancelled, or deplatformed. I debate with them. I know I don't like a lot of stuff, but I'm happy to have a debate. When you have a debate, I'm against it. Oh, anyway, I thought interesting debate. Now you hear the debate.
There's talent.
You don't like the fact I don't agree with you. But that's not
damage
people. No, you're damaging people.
You're damaged. I'm telling you, you have
damaging
damaged.
people.
Your ideology has actually damaged my career over the
huge
last
many
few years
number of trans
because
people
you've
disagree
turned
with
the
me.
whole thing into a joke. I've lost work
not make
because
them
of what
mad.
it's become.
Okay.
People don't want to get involved with transgender people
That's because
it's
you're
all
not
about
listening.
argumentative.
You're not
You're not
accepting it, are you?
listening.
You don't want to hear
listening.
it.
Well, I don't
accept-
real life
I don't accept
experience.
that you people around bigoted.
No,
Bigoted?
it's
What
a
is bigoted
joke.
about questioning
All the people out
merit
there
of 100
today.
Everyone who thinks 100 genders is nonsense is bigoted.
Well, the problem is,
Say your position.
I think a great many of them have broader bigotry and belief. Why are you so offended or stressed out by people that
You're
make
the one signing the petition. Sit here and talk about why are you so offended? Anyone so offended?
Piers, I don't talk like that.
No, but he'll do that with
I
everybody.
do. Well, my point is this. If you're going to sit here and talk about offence, what about the offence you caused? Seriously.
But I
What about
don't.
the offence you caused to
It's not offensive to say people can live and be the people that they were born to be. And when you mock people like Sam Smith, that's really
hold on a sec.
to non-binary people that are
No, here's what I said about Sam Smith. 2 years ago, he comes out as a gay man. We all cover that, right? It's a big moment. He talks about it. We all cover it. And within 2 years, he's abandoned that position. And now,
What are we doing?
now he's not sure if he's male or female, right? So he's a singer. He's won Best Male category awards for many years. What is he now going to enter? We now hear the Brit. Wait a minute. We now hear the Brit Awards has to go awards neutral, almost certainly
Crazy.
as a result of Sam Smith. So because of one guy
Yeah.
who now says I can't decide if I'm male or female, we no longer have Best Male or Female
Yeah.
categories. You know who will suffer in that? Women. Women will
Absolutely.
suffer. They will win less awards. So actually, these are interesting issues.
You know,
And I should be able to challenge you and to debate it.
We're definitely challenging.
Women's
And
sport is
what
a
about,
massive issue.
what about my identity? It took me half a lifetime to become who I am today. I don't want to live in a neutral world with the greatest respect.
You don't have to.
Trans person.
You can be
No,
yourself
vividly.
vividly,
But I do,
but
because
other
you're
people
going
don't.
around, you're
Okay.
zapping.
Well,
Final
for becoming
question.
gender
Final question.
neutral.
Final question.
Everything's becoming gender
Do you
neutral.
agree, for example, that there is a serious issue about transgender people born to male bodies and feminine to women taking part in female sports and breaking all the records and basically making women born to women bodies, female bodies, actually they can't compete? Is that fair?
Trans women are women.
Oh, they're not.
They are.
Not
Okay.
today's definition.
You have no
They are
problem. You have no
not.
problem with, for
Sorry.
example, a 6'5" right, person America right now, and in Ireland by two very now breaking all female. I won't play
People don't transition anymore. That's the problem.
Is it fair to women?
Is it fair to women who still actually accept that if we have gender-neutral awards, that there is a real danger living in a misogynistic culture, that will mean fewer women are recognised?
The women don't get punished at awards, though. Okay. What about sport?
What about sport?
Do you think there's any unfairness to
I mean, it depends on the different sports.
Okay.
I hardly think a trans woman golfer is going to struggle from this. Huh?
Okay, we feel like we've now gone into a different area of different.
Into the light.
An allied inhibitor is under attack.
Now, nobody panic. I'm here. What are we doing?
Everything that you have said on gender identity, gender expression, John Money, pronoun usage, What else? The sex extinction, you are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. I don't know if you've ever heard that from a trans person before. So I'd like to say that I'm actually part of that organization that was going to come and try and derail you tonight. I didn't hear a single thing, though, that constituted an attack on queer or trans lives or an attack on me personally. So I don't know what they were on about that. Moreover, everything that you have said on gender identity, gender expression, John Money, pronouns, what else? The sexual extinction, you are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. I don't know if you've ever heard that from a trans person before. I identify as a trans woman, you are 100% correct on that. It is an absolute travesty that the trans community bases everything on such backwards concepts. My thing is, though, is I don't agree with your conclusion. I don't agree with it. But more so, the reason why I don't is less a matter of argumentation and more so a matter of method. You've stated time and time again that your approach to this is to try and keep things simple and uncomplicated. As in, you don't try and engage with the nuance of the position of